Hey guys, this is Ben from Flippa. I am here with another one of our featured listings. I'm excited to talk with a couple of founders today. Jack and Will are coming to us from Europe, different places. I'm sure they'll introduce themselves and let us know. They've got a company called Watched, but it's spelled in that really fun nouveau way without the E at the end, so you know it's a tech company because of how it's spelled. Just a few months old. It's kind of a great starter site, but already doing quite a bit in profit. I think on their listing, it's saying they're already doing just shy of 6,000 US dollars a month in net profit. So something really special for anyone to take over. It's also getting about 15,000 unique views a month. So they've certainly built something that is on its way to e-commerce gold. I'll spin it to you, Jack, if you want to just introduce yourself, or you and your partner Will, and let us know just a bit about your background, and then how you kind of came to build this brand, this website.
Yeah, I've been probably doing e-commerce now about maybe 3 years. My maybe fourth online business, probably accumulated over maybe close to 80 to 90,000 customers in my career. And I recently met Will maybe in the past year, and that's when I took building websites to a more serious level and focused on a lot more detail, really optimizing websites, optimizing customer service systems and all that kind of sections of the business, and that's kind of me.
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of my background's in development, so I've been a lead developer for a while. Worked on a lot of SaaS projects, so a lot of software as a service projects. I've been into e-commerce for a while as well. I'm into more the analytical side and the split testing side, all small numbers to make bigger numbers, I guess. And again, yeah, like Jack says, I met Jack on a freelancer call a year ago. I was working on one of Jack's other projects, and we just clicked from there, and we've just been making projects ever since, just kind of building up in scale as we go, I guess.
Awesome. Cool, guys. It's great that you met each other and started this up. It seems pretty fantastic. So you're selling essentially smartwatches, wearables, whatever you kind of call those things, step trackers, that kind of stuff. Obviously, for anything e-commerce, people are curious about sort of fulfillment processes. So I'm just kind of curious, is this 100% drop shipping model? Is it automated? Where is it coming from? What's the lead times? Just if someone wants to kind of run me through just, sort of that day-to-day model of how this business actually functions, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, I could jump in there. So over my years of e-commerce, obviously have had to develop relationships in China, and specifically with my main supplier over there in Shenzhen. So we sourced this product. We seen that it had a lot of potential, because around the start I was kind of looking around for different kind of products like smartwatches for myself, and I seen there was not very nice but also very affordable. Obviously you can go mainstream, you can go Apple, or you can go with Fitbit, but I just kind of wanted to find something more affordable, as an introduction almost to the smartwatch industry. But I wasn't finding anything I was too happy with. So then it just triggered the business idea, me and Will, just to go look, see if we find one, could we develop one? And that's when we were looking, and we stumbled across a couple of manufacturers, had a couple of samples, and eventually we decided on this one after some personal testing and stuff like that. We were really happy with it. And that's kind of where Watch got kickstarted. We always operate fulfillment on the dropshipping model, just because logistically it's extremely simple. We specifically sell in the UK now. We're trying to branch in a small bit to Italy, but it's specifically in the UK at the moment, and we've lead times of anywhere from 8 to 12 days. And we keep that as transparent as possible, so the customer's always aware of them times. And they aren't bad when you realize it's coming all the way from China into the UK.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So that's kind of how fulfillment works. And obviously we bulk buy stock. and is sent to our supplier's warehouse and offices, and he takes care of all fulfillment on a daily basis.
Got it. So are you working with any like virtual assistants or anything for like customer service type of things? Or
Yeah. Yeah, just from the other brands that we operate, we have like a team of about 10 personal assistants and virtual assistants, we call them, in the Philippines that we've fantastic relationships with. And then we have like, so they take care of all kind of customer service queries, order processing. So it's very much streamlined. Me and Will are extremely hands off the brand, bar development, like growing sales, etc. We don't really get hands, like we don't take care of any emails or order processing or anything like that. All we worry about is purchasing the stock and how can we grow the sales more, and making sure obviously there's no major issues with any product or anything that would to customers.
Right, of course. So let's talk about that, about growing sales. And I think it looks like a lot of traffic's coming from paid search. Is that kind of your primary tactic right now? Are you looking at like search ads? Or are you using social media ads? What are you doing to get customers?
Yeah. So we have a lot of experience, obviously, with Facebook and Snapchat as well. So what we do is we run mainly Facebook and Snapchat traffic, and obviously we a bit on Google with remarketing and brand search campaigns and a small bit of shopping campaigns as well. So that's our main way of generating sales right now. Obviously, we're always working on the right creatives, and we have like we've endless amounts of creatives tested at this stage in order to capture cold audiences and generate new customers, which is improving as we go on.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah.
Very cool stuff. So I think, to me, as someone who looks at listings all of the time, one of the things that really stood out actually was just, I guess, you two as entrepreneurs, because you mentioned this, that you're willing to give a year of guidance after you sell this. What do you see that looking like? How much time are you planning on spending with the new owner? What kind of guidance can you lend them?
But yeah, I'll let you go first there, Will.
Is my mic working? Yeah, you can hear me. Cool. Well, firstly, from my perspective, we've kind of built this theme on top of Prestige, the theme that's currently running with it. I'll be available for any tech advice, because I know that's often a concern of a new buyer, is getting control of an asset and then having no idea how to manipulate it, how they want it to go, or mold it into their vision. As you can see on the website, there's already quite a lot of custom stuff on there that you wouldn't usually see on normal Shopify stores. One of the elements that I really like on this particular website is the changing of the color of the packaging as you flip through variants of the actual watch itself. So stuff like that, should a new owner want to be able to make changes to that, obviously they'll need to go through their own development paths and find their own developer, but I'm always on the end of a WhatsApp call or a WhatsApp message, basically at all times. I've got WhatsApp on my screen right in front of me now. They can send me a message and I'll point them in the right direction. I'll show them the right code file. We can probably just quickly jump in and do some code as well. It's not too time consuming.
Right.
So from my end, it's very, very tech related. I mean, even if we could strike up a relationship with the new owner as well, we'd be happy to like point them in the right direction in terms of automations, and even, I'm sure on Jack's side of things, going into new platforms. I mean, with this project, obviously we've tried Italy for a very, very short period of time before we decided to sell the project. We smashed the UK in terms of creatives. It's just a case of replicating that in Italy, and we also think this project would do really, really well on Pinterest. So should the owner want to talk to us about that at any point, we'd be absolutely happy to go through that with them at length and just really strike up more of a long-term relationship. We're interested in people who are interested in e-commerce, and I'm sure those kind of people are probably interested in us as well. So that's it from my perspective.
Yeah, no, that's great stuff. I think that's important because there's definitely a lot of people. I mean, we've got a mix of people on Flippa. Some might buy this and put it into their whole factory of e-commerce sites where they've got 300 brands going at once, and someone else might have never done this before and they're really worried about technical side or whatnot and just want to make sure they have questions answered. So that's great. I mean, I think overall it sounds really fantastic. I guess just one last question I always like to know is, if you were keeping this around, what are a couple of things that you would do yourselves to just keep it growing? So what would you recommend to the person who does take it over? What are the first couple of things you'd say, hey, we have this idea, you should do this, we just haven't done it ourselves yet?
Yeah, like I think it's a matter of for me and Will, because we have so many things going on. It's like we had to prioritize, and it was something we really enjoyed building, and we really enjoyed growing up until this point. But now it's at the stage that we don't get the time to nurture it anymore. So essentially, I think the owner should come in and they should take it as their baby and nurture it, because there's a really, really well built website, really great product. In a growth market like health tracking and smartwatches is an emergent. Well, it's already emerged, but it's still growing dramatically. That whole trend. Everybody wants them, especially with the end of 2020 coming up in Q4. There's a great opportunity to keep building up towards then, and have an excellent Q4 season sales wise. So anything to add there, Will?
Yeah, well, from a very, very practical perspective, I mean, we've got some great customer feedback on the actual product themselves. A lot of Facebook purchasers absolutely love it. In fact, we have one Facebook purchaser who on new campaigns, anytime somebody asks a question, she answers the questions for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't actually necessarily need a customer service team. But one of the things that we actually get back from Facebook a lot is straps. People want to buy new straps. So from a very direct perspective, strap upsells would be something that I'd be looking to go into on the website, and obviously build that in. You can do that. Trying out in terms of upsells is X checkout, which we'd be trying out. In many ways, we actually have some functionality already built into the theme, I think, for an upsell, don't we, Jack?
We do actually.
Page, which isn't being used at the moment. So yeah, strap upsells would be the first thing that would come to my mind.
Yeah, no, that's genius. A little upselling, and obviously upselling right there, or just retargeting people who've already bought the product and now they want to change it around. No, that's great. It makes sense. It's a really cool product. As Jack pointed out, going into Q4 here, huge gift giving, and this item itself, I imagine it's kind of doing well while most of the world is in some sort of stay-at-home order, because not everyone's going to the gym or anything like that anymore. So they're getting out, working out themselves, going on a walk around the block. So really cool, amazing opportunity. Thanks for bringing it to Flipper, guys.
No problem. Thank you.